Hello, and welcome to the Healing Waters broadcast. We are so excited that you have joined us again today, and I am excited to be your host on a very passionate topic that we are going to be discussing today. But I am your host, Marie Kennedy Groves. I am a single mom. I'm a glam mom. That's really important that you know that. To an amazing grandson. And I adopted both of my children from Guatemala and got my daughter when she was 5 months old. She is now 21. And I got my son when he was 2.5 years old, and he is now 22. And can I just tell you something? They have absolutely changed my life, and I cannot imagine my life without them. It has been an amazing journey. Not all easy at all, but it has been amazing nonetheless. So many people say to me when I share that part of my story, they'll be like, oh my gosh, Marie, you change these kids' lives and that's just so amazing. And I'm like, no, you got that wrong. They changed my life. And one thing that parenting will do to you is it absolutely makes you grow into the best version of yourself, if you allow it to take that turn for you. So that is what parenting did for me, is it definitely pushed me and challenged me in ways that, quite honestly, I had never been challenged before. I also realized what it is to have such undescribable love for two little people that I just can't imagine loving them any more than I do. So today, our topic is discovering pure joy. And I know that is kind of a hot topic right now. I made the comment to someone the other day, I want to say it was this week, that we were talking about how full my life is and, just the all the crazy going on. And at the end of my conversation with them, I said, and let me tell you, when I drop into bed at night and think back through my day and think about all the things that I did, it blows my own mind to go, oh my gosh, Marie, how in the world did you fit all of that into one day? But I wouldn't change a thing. I love everything I'm involved in. And when I tell you that I love my life, I mean that. I love my life. And I say that with so much joy, and I say it so passionately, because can I tell you that there was a day and time, not so awfully long ago, that I could not say that. I did not love my life. I was literally on a day-to-day going, Marie, what are you doing? How did you get here? Where did you lose yourself along the way? And I always remember, my mom has said this to me her entire life, but some of the most wisdom that I have, my mom has had lots of wisdom, trust me, but one of the things that has stuck with me ever since I was at a very young age is she always has said, Marie, it's not what you get into in life that counts, but it's how you come out of it. And I remember when I was feeling completely lost, I can't tell you I was experiencing pure joy, because I was not. And I remembered the words that my mom said, Marie, it's not what you get into in life that counts, but it's how you come out of it. And her words were what motivated me to start focusing on a solution to get me out of the situation that I found myself in. And that helped me so much with putting the end in mind and saying, okay, it's time to start making steps towards how you want your life to look. And it didn't happen overnight. I wish I could say that, ta-da, you snap your fingers and I'm going to give you some magic wand that everything changes. And just like that, your life turns around and you look completely different. That's not the truth of life. But over time, in consistent, intentional changes, things do change. So, consistent effort compounds. And what seems really simple and small, over time compounds to become a really big thing. Don't forget that. Because today you may be thinking to yourself, okay, I would love to experience just pure joy. And let me describe pure joy to you. Pure joy is literally having joy for no reason at all. So there's nothing that you can pinpoint or that you can say, oh, it's because my husband or my boyfriend brought me flowers today, or they've planned this big extravagant trip, or we're going to the park to have a picnic, or you cannot pinpoint any certain thing that is bringing you joy. You are experiencing pure joy despite any particular minuscule or big thing in your life. Pure joy is having that joyous feeling inside when everything around you is chaos and confusion. And the pure joy, quite honestly, makes no sense. That's pure joy, because it's not dependent on anything to create it. It is within you, and nobody, that's the only kind of joy, quite honestly, that nobody can take away from you. Because when it is inside of you, you protect it. And because it isn't anything that has created the joy, that's why it's so pure. Because it's not any one thing or a multiple things that has created the joy, that's why nobody can take it from you. Because there's not a thing that they can snap back from you or take away from you that all of a sudden goes, oh, that's not in my life anymore. I'm sad. Now I'm angry. Now I'm frustrated. No, pure joy, it's so pure because there's not one thing that can take it away. There's not one thing that created it. Therefore, there's not one thing that can take it away. I know that that's kind of a deep thought, and that you might need to sit with that for a minute. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a short commercial break, just kind of while you sit with that a minute and mull that over in your mind. Maybe nobody has ever explained it quite that way to you. And you've always thought that there needed to be reasons to be happy or reasons to have joy. There doesn't need to be. When we come back from the commercial break, we're going to talk about how you find this pure joy without having reasons, without having things that create it. So, if you have not, I invite you to click on WYTV7, either on Facebook, on YouTube. There is a donate button. Any amount of money is appreciated because it keeps broadcasts such as this on the air. We love bringing hope. We love bringing joy. We love bringing laughter to your life because life can get really serious and it can get really heavy. So today, I hope that by the end of this broadcast, that you are able to grasp on to pure joy in your heart. And you will guard it and protect it with your life. Because I promise you, once you find it, and once you have a hold of it, you will never be okay with living life any other way than having that pure joy within you. So we will be back in just a couple of minutes to talk a little bit further about pure joy.
Mr. Happy Living here. I love good things made by good people. That's why I love Dry Farm Wines. I first met the man known as the healthiest wino on the planet back in 2016. He said his wines don't cause headaches or hangovers, and that he started his company because most wine consumed in the U.S. is highly processed and loaded with unnatural nasties. Like most processed food, it's toxic. That very night, I made a big health decision. Toxic wines out, natural wines in. It's been 4 years since I made the switch, and I feel great. Go to happyliving.com and select Partners in Happy to get your first bottle of natural wine for a penny. And I'll donate 8% of every order placed during the entire month of November to WITV7. Share the gift of natural wine and pour some love this holiday season.
Are back on the topic of pure joy. So we talked about how pure joy is nothing, nobody, or no thing is making that you can pinpoint and say, well, that made me happy. Now, of course, we can have those things in our life, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, when my kids come and give me a hug and tell me, Mom, I love you. Thank you for everything you do for me. I love that. That gives me so much joy. Oh my gosh, it's so fulfilling. When my grandson comes up and throws his little arms around my neck and he hugs me and he goes, Grandma, I love you so much. That's amazing. But if that's my joy, my grandson's not with me every day. My kids are not for me and what I do. Sometimes they think Mom's pretty mean because I don't always cater to everything that they think that they need. So if that's my joy, then when they're not thanking me or saying, Mom, you're the best. Thank you so much for what you do for us, and appreciating me, if that's my joy, and then all of a sudden they're not appreciating me, well, now my joy's gone. So I give you that example for you to get a visual of what I mean by pure joy is when you cannot point to any certain thing that has created this joy. So now you may say, all right, Marie, okay, I'm with you. I like what you're saying, but how do I create pure joy inside of me that nobody can take away because nobody has caused it? How do I do that? So let me just say, we've been conditioned in the Western culture. I can't speak for all over the world. I can only speak for how I was raised and where I was raised. But we have been conditioned as a people group to constantly be looking for, constantly be looking for enjoyment or for pleasure or for, where's the next party? Let's go to a comedy zone so we can laugh. Let's go to a movie so we can take our mind off of what's going on. We're hungry. So there's the microwave. We can pop something in the microwave really quick. Or let's go to a restaurant. Or, hey, in this day and time, let's DoorDash it to the house. We don't care what it costs. We want instant gratification right now because we have been conditioned that will make us happy. I mean, think about that for a minute. We really have been conditioned for that. So pure joy is absolutely the complete opposite of that. It's no instant gratification. It's not for any particular reason, but you have joy that just wells up inside of you. And you just can't help but be happy because there's just joy. So let me tell you, how do you find this joy? How do you discover it? You already have the keys to this. You've got to choose to take hold of the keys and open the door. And I'm going to talk you through how to do that. So one of the things that I do every single morning when I wake up, you have to understand that when you wake up in the mornings, that is probably the clearest your head is going to be all day long. Okay. And by when I say that's the clearest your head is going to be, you haven't had time to have a bunch of thoughts go into your head yet. I mean, you just woke up out of a completely comatose state. Okay. What you fill your mind with as soon as you are consciously awake will set the tone for the rest of your day. So one of the things that I do is when I wake up in the morning, the very first thing I do, I will lay there and I will start going through just a grateful list in my head. What I'm grateful for my family, that I have a roof over my head, that I have food to eat, that I have coffee to drink. It can just be simple. Whatever your list looks like, let it be your list. But you start out being grateful. Now you've set the stage in your mind to focus on gratitude. Focus on gratitude. What that does is it brings more things to you throughout the day that you're like, oh my gosh, I'm just so thankful. I'm so thankful for the car I drive. So thankful that I was able to get in it and turn the key and it started. Because trust me, a few months ago, that didn't happen. And that's not fun. So that's a whole nother story, but I'm just saying, it's the little things, like just the little things. You're going to laugh at this, but I'm going to show you. So I don't know if you all have ever tried this. Okay, I'm not getting any royalties off promoting sparkling ice, but they need to watch this video and send me some royalties for their for the plug. Anyway, I love these drinks. Okay, I have been off soda for, I don't know, well over a year at this point. So I found these drinks and they come in all different flavors and they have 0 sugar, but they are carbonated. So it kind of makes you feel like you're drinking a soda. So whenever I get tired of water, I'm like, you know what? I'll have me one of these. And so I keep these at my house. Now I've gotten my mom and dad on these. They love them. But there's only 5 calories. And I'm grateful that I have an amazing drink that I can enjoy with no sugar. And it's not a soda, so it's so much better for you. But they taste amazing. And you're like, Marie, you are crazy. Am I? Am I? I'm grateful, guys and gals, for everything, everything, everything. Not just the big things, everything. It creates pure joy inside of me that absolutely nobody can take away from me. I'm joyful because I get to choose to be joyful. So the other piece of this is, I was just sharing this with a client the other day, and they were like, oh my gosh, Marie, you have just brought our whole entire life into perspective. So I'm going to share it with you. Whenever I'm feeling like maybe I'm having a frustrating moment, and I don't even call it a day anymore. You could say I'm having a bad day. But we have talked about this on other broadcasts. Really, quite honestly, it might be a bad 5 minutes. It might be a frustrating 5 minutes, maybe 20, maybe a half hour, that you are literally milking the entire day because you keep focused on this bad situation you had at this point, okay? Whenever I have a bad experience, and I'm kind of feeling a little sorry for myself, and I'm frustrated, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Can I tell you how I snap myself back into pure joy? I'm going to give you a tip. And I shared this with my client the other day. I literally stop myself and I remind myself, Marie Kennedy Groves, there are a bazillion people in the world right now that would trade places with you in a heartbeat and not ask one single question. They wouldn't even ask what my life was like. They would trade places with me. And that always snaps me back to pure joy. I mean, instantly, because it's perspective. So can I tell you that the key to pure joy? Here's the answer. Perspective. What are you going to focus on? Are you going to focus on gratitude? Or are you going to focus on cray-cray? Turn off the TV. Turn off the news. Stop filling your mind with the crap. There's other words. that I think would fit here very appropriately. But I'm going to say, quit filling your mind with the crap, because you attract what you focus on. If you're focused on how bad the world is, how bad this is, oh my gosh, I just can't believe, look at the gas prices, look at the rah, 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 rah. If you're going to stay focused on that, you're going to see everything wrong in that day. But if you choose to focus on everything you're grateful for, yes, the gas prices are high, but I am so grateful that I have the money to fill my car up. And I'm so grateful that I'm healthy. I'm so grateful that I have a roof over my head. I am so grateful for the life I choose to live. I'm so grateful that I have the choice to make the decision of how I'm going to feel. I'm so grateful for what's coming my way today. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be an amazing day. Life is happening for me. Life is not happening to me. Life is happening for me. And I am an agent of hope. And I am here to spread hope. I'm here to spread cheer. I'm here to give a smile. I am here to compliment somebody and make their day. I am here to notice everything amazing about this day and about the world that is around me. And I promise you, there's probably more positive than there is negative. You have to choose to focus on it. And when you choose to focus on that, the pure joy that comes up inside of you, people can come at you, they can say anything, and you're just like, okay, sorry you feel that way. Have a nice day. You don't have to engage. Why? Why engage in the cray-cray? So, if you would like to discuss this topic more with me and in length with me, maybe over personal situations that you've got going on in your life, please reach out to me, because I would love to chat with you. I am a life coach. I totally tell everybody my first session is free, because we've got to talk and see if we connect, because I'm not for everyone, but boy, the ones that I'm for, we make some things happen. And we have an amazing time pulling this life together. So connect with me on Facebook at Marie Kennedy Groves. Instagram, I am World Changer for Life. Or you can email me at mariegroves@healingwaters.info. And I hope that you discover and enjoy pure joy in your life, because, ladies and gentlemen, we are not here to just survive. We are here to thrive.